Hey, Dan Larsson here. Last week we made this very boring sound. But today I want to show you how to make this very exciting sound. Let's jump into it. Okay, so I'm talking about this very exact sound. Very cool, and you will be surprised that this sound comes from Razor, which is a very nice synth. And as I remember well, a few months ago, I believe, I posted stuff on Serum that how cool Razor can be for house production. And it's no surprise that I use Razor a lot for my latest sample pack, Emergency House, which is available at Loopmasters. Go down below. And this is a very nice synth. Now, the most important thing here, which really makes the sound, is the resonance reverb effect, basically. And it's very similar to what you can find in Serum, but it does its job a little differently. So let me compare this sound with and without the resonance reverb effect. So as you can hear, without the resonance reverb, it's just a very boring sound, very digital, very artificial, nothing interesting in that. But with the resonance reverb, it just turns the sound into very heavy, very strong and kind of sound. So I really like it. So what we did here basically, it's not too much. So beside the resonance reverb, we have this formant oscillator, this guy here. It's on ratio 1. I tweak the formant and the select, nothing interesting. The primes, which is not Optimus Prime, it's a very different thing, okay? So don't be confused with these expressions. So primes, and it is on 1 again, and the ratio is here, the amount is on 0. And from this point, the only thing we need to talk about, besides the resonance reverb, is the safe bass and the spectral clip, which is basically very similar to what you can find here in the saturator in the name of soft clip, this guy. But the only difference is that you can not only chop the very peaks, I mean the overall level of the sound, but the highs too. The safe bass is basically just a sub oscillator that you can find, for example, in Serum again. It's just the same, it adds some very nice low end to it. But actually this is a very strong low end, because in Serum it is very hard to create a very strong low end, very strong bass, very strong sub in Serum. It's just the synth itself is not that strong on the low end. Okay, now let's go to the effects. So, because the preset itself is very simple. So the effects, an OTT, a saturator, and the gate. And the gate is here to get rid of this noise, which is generated by the synth and pulled up heavily with the OTT. So I just want to get rid of that noise when I don't use the synth. Now the auto filter is here because it makes the sound black, and I use a max envelope for that. So as you can hear, whenever a new note is coming in, an envelope generates this envelope basically, which I use to drag the filter on the low pass filter. And this creates that very nice sound, because without a filter, it's just not good. So this is not how we want this sound to sound. How cool is this? And I'm not sure you can recognize it, but this envelope creates a very nice transients actually. Even Serum can't do that. Serum is very noob on creating hard transients, but this envelope is just very simple. It's a max, again, it's a max device, and it can create very nice transients to the sound. with the low pass filter. After that we have an EQ8 to tweak the highs a little. With the utility tool, I make the bass mono, so everything below 200 Hz turns mono, which is very important if you want to make very strong basses. The house sidechain is an auto pan. It's an auto pan device here, and as I told you in the last video, last week's Synthesize Sunday episode, it is well, I would say it is the simplest way to create very nice sidechain, house sidechain, okay, 4x4 kind of sidechain. A glue compressor, and another EQ at the end, which is again very important to take care of the middle bass frequencies and the middle highs frequencies to make the sound shine. So without the EQ, so I'm sure you can hear how important taking care of these frequencies is. So this is the sound. I hope you like it, because I like it a lot. It's very, very simple. And if you want to experiment with Razor, I highly recommend you to do this with the resonance reverb. It's just awesome. I'm sure you can hear that how different the sound is with and without that. So I'm not going to steal your time anymore. If you want, you can go to the description and download this preset. And see you next time, guys. Bye-bye. Oh, and by the way, have you seen my academy? If you are thirsty for more production informations and knowledge, visit my academy. It is called Letsynthesize Academy. It's just obvious. And I'm also preparing a new course, which releases soon, so stay tuned. Go check the link. Enroll the Virtual Riot style rhythm course, which is recommended by the guy himself. Virtual Riot told and also made a testimony that how cool the stuff is, and also praised my person, saying that whenever I upload something, he always sees and always watches it. And it makes me very, very proud. So go check my academy, enroll the course, and see you next time, guys. Bye-bye.